So welcome to today's session on From Promise to Payoff, Achieving Breakthrough Results with PPM Tools. We assembled a terrific team with us today to tackle this topic, and you'll see they come from very different perspectives. First off, we have Craig Jackson, who's with PowerSteering, and he's been implementing PPM software for more years than he cares to admit to in a variety of like financial services, healthcare, energy, aerospace, defense. And Craig is eager to share with you what he's seen work well and, more importantly, why. And we're also very pleased to have with us today a couple of top researchers from Forrester. We have Tim DeGennaro, who covers project and portfolio management, including adoption and best practices. And we also have with us Sharon Lever, who's focused on CIO research and IT leadership in the areas of business technology. And you'll be hearing Forrester highlight some very relevant research that they've done on this topic, including research about the ROI of PPM tools, as well as some lessons learned in PPM software implementations based on interviews they've conducted with customers. So we're eager to hear, and at this point I'm going to turn things over to Tim. Hi, Tim.
Great. Thank you very much, Linda. As a researcher here at Forrester covering PPM tools, I've been given the opportunity to interview over 100, if not 200, end-user organizations of PPM tools, just in the past 2 or 3 years alone. And I began to notice that there were some key differences in the organizations that were being wildly successful with their PPM tools versus those that were not seeing the value. So what I want to focus on today is the type of problems that I see organizations running into and how successful organizations avoid these problems. So in a nutshell, how do you approach this effort properly to achieve the value you want? So to start, what is this value that we're talking about? I see it coming from 5 main buckets. Number one being there's a reduction of low-value projects in your portfolio after you implement a tool. These are projects that provide little or even negative return because they're misaligned with your strategy or they're too risky. I found that organizations that put PPM tools in place correctly can see an average of about 10% decrease in these types of projects. So, resources that would have been wasted are used on projects that provide better returns, and that translates into real value for your firm. Second, I see improved utilization of financial and people resources. Organizations are investing in doable projects versus undoable projects because now they have the visibility to make that kind of decision. They're also assigning the right people to these projects, people who have the bandwidth to complete it, people who have the skill set to do it well, and that translates into more projects completed and more value created from those resources. And typically that increases by 10% of what it was before. Thirdly, these organizations are tracking projects. They have better indicators of their health. They can react quickly to changes or any issues, and that reduces the frequency of cost overruns by about 10%. And those savings go directly back into your firm's pocket. And then there's the perennial issue of project failures. An investment that didn't provide its intended return, either due to a cost issue or maybe the benefits weren't realistic. With better insight into the planned and live portfolios, firms see projects that would have failed succeed more often. And this is often around 15% less when you have a PPM tool. And finally, there's the basic benefits from automation that cut down on the time it takes to, say, create a report or gather data. Your people resources are working on higher value things with this extra capacity, so you're getting more bang for your buck. And all these things translate into hard dollar returns for your firm.